All right, Gemini, let's see what's going on for you. I hope you're enjoying your birthday month. Yes, I believe in birthday months. Right? So let's see where we're going. Oh, this needs to come off. All right, what is going on for Gemini right now? What wants to come through? I just saw the karmic path card, so we'll see. Put a pin in that for a second. Good fortune, like that. The guides, stormy. Definitely dealing with this. Protection. You are protected, my darling. I like that. Protection, water, and talisman. So I almost feel like some of you are kind of walking around just like fingers crossed right now or something like that. There's some situation that needs your attention. I feel like things are going well, but it's like on the surface, it looks like better than it is, or there's really a lot going on underneath. And, so that's the reason I'm saying that for all you folks who are wondering what the heck's going on. Guides and good fortune, but stormy, right? So it almost seems like things are good, but because of this protection piece, I kind of wonder if something is going on either between you and another person or inside you or something like that, where change is coming. And there's a sense of like, okay, I can navigate it a certain way. I can do what I need to do. Some of you are relaxing into this water energy, which is really nice, about kind of letting things be what they need to be at any certain time and kind of releasing control from managing things. I think the more you try to manage things, the harder this is going to be, or the more challenging any kind of new energy coming in might be. It says stormy to me here. I want to clarify that a little bit in a second, but it does feel to me that the key is to behave like water and just sort of, flow through things and let yourself deal with the current situation without resisting it in some way. The more you resist it, the more that stormy card starts to get bigger for me here. Okay. So let's see. Okay. Keep shuffling. All right. We'll do MJ. Okay. Nope. Okay. This doesn't happen very often. So, all right. There we go. That feels good to me. Let's see. Oh, yeah. I see the Fool here. I'm going to take that. And I see the King of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords. Here's that Tower, Justice, and the Hermit card. Wow, lots of major arcana here. Look at that. Judgment, Hierophant. So I do feel like you're going to be free of whatever this stormy thing is when you honor some kind of truth and honesty within yourself. When you speak your mind, or you speak what's true for you. I feel like you might have not done that for quite some time. And it sort of cuts off intimacy between you and another person to not really speak your truth. This is a card carrying people-pleasing person or recovering people-pleasing person right here, where you try to just, make it work, or have everybody, needs to just be in their, everybody's in their appropriate roles, right? In the family or in the situation. And I was watching a video this morning. I don't know how I happened upon it, but it was really interesting. Like, the answer is to say the awkward thing, which I love that answer. To say the awkward thing is such a brilliant, instead of like trying to make everybody happy or try to, manipulate anybody or anything like that. This is like, I'm saying the awkward thing. Okay. I'm saying the awkward thing. Yeah. Is it going to be surprising, challenging for some people to take in, or whoever you're dealing with? Yes. I think that's true. But I think in the long run, there's more honesty. And we are in Gemini time. Gemini and Sag. Sag is your opposite sign. There's so much about truth, honesty, alignment with what story are you saying? How are you talking about yourself? What is your What is your self concept? What's the story you're telling yourself? There's so much energy around this right now that it makes sense to me that there needs to be some kind of honest conversation, and it may blow up a lot of things. Look at all these major arcana cards here. I can't even get them all in one hand, right? Justice, woohoo. Okay, that's a mess. Justice. All right. Hold on, MJ. Justice, Judgment, Hierophant, right? Like that's a lot of big energy. And I'm not even talking about the Justice card and the Tower before that. So if the truth blows something up, then we weren't telling the truth all along, or it's such a radical departure from how I normally talk to you. If I suddenly say something that's like, wow, like where did that come from? That's what tower moments are. So there's something here that's got to come out that's like a real truth that it's possible you've been sitting on for a long time, something you've been wanting to say to somebody, or something you've been wanting to say in general. When in doubt, say the awkward thing. That kind of changes the energy in the room. Say the thing out loud, right? Knight of Wands, Nine of Cups, the Star card, Eight of Swords. Gemini, what's going on here? 10 of Swords, the Empress, Nine of Wands, the Sun card, and the Five of Cups. So there is some, I feel like you're going to do that. I feel like you're going to say the awkward thing. All right. Even if you don't know it's the awkward thing, which I love when, I guess I don't love since I'm a people pleaser, but when you're in a situation or you're in a group of people or whatever, and let's say you've had a friendship or a relationship with one of these people for a long time. And so you kind of have these unspoken agreements about how you communicate. And there's a new person that comes in that has no idea that, oh, we never talk about that with her. Oh, I don't say that to her. Oh, I don't act like this with her. Oh, I keep this part of my personality, but hidden, whatever it is. I just feel like it's like being outed. Something is being outed. Okay. This could be different for each one of you. It doesn't have to be the same secret or the same way of being or something like that. But you being authentically you is the key. You being the real you. And I know that seems kind of obvious, but it's not, right? Like we have different, everybody does this. It's very common to become a certain person. And it's part of your personality. It's not all of your personality. Maybe if it's a total lie, then that's a different story. But someone who is, looks like they have it all together and like things are going well and everything like that. But underneath there's a lot of stress. So that's the thing about not letting things get to where there's a tower. Okay. Let's not get to the place where things are boiling under the surface. And so when we get in situations like that, I was just in a situation like that with a group of people who had known each other for a really long time. And they were put in a situation where the cracks were showing. And I was like, even to me, who wasn't really in that group of people very much at all. And I was like, oh, wow, holy smokes. I guess that was something you weren't supposed to say to this person or something you weren't. So let's boil this down a little bit for you, Gemini, because I do feel like there is something that you're not saying, because these are all ideas. These are all thinking, right? And we're so much in Gemini time. There is something that you want to say that you haven't been saying for a long time. And I feel like when you do, you're going to feel a lot better, but there is going to be some fallout. You're not wrong. You are not wrong about this. That like, oh, if I say to her, if I change my body language, I change how I'm communicating, I say the awkward thing to this person, then everything's going to blow up. But maybe there's an opportunity for more conversation then. And that person gets to make a choice. Are they going to stick around and want to work through this with me? Or are they just going to like, nope, this relationship doesn't mean as much to me as that. So there's definitely something going on here where the truth wants to come out, and it's going to be very healing for everybody when it does. And I feel like it will within the next 10 days. Okay. Within the next 10 days, there's going to be a sense of relief. Like, oh my God, I've been holding on to this for such a long time. And a sense of loss. I do sense that there might be, there could be somebody who's like, you know what, I'm out. Okay. If that's how you really feel about this, then I feel like we're at an impasse and I feel like this is something, or, hey, this is not that big a deal. Just because you look at this differently than I do is no big deal, right? Let's work through it. It's fine. We can have differences of opinion. Fine. Okay. We don't have to blow everything up. So which is it? Which is it? And usually where you are like at the place where something totally blows up, there's been a million little fissures. There's been a million little beep, beep, kind of like, what am I getting at here? Kind of like picking away. Or you can look at it like as a faucet. When the truth isn't spoken about, the love flow shuts off little by little by little by little. And then one thing that comes out that might have been not that big a deal turns out to like end the relationship, kind of a thing. And that's what I think we're talking about here, that there's a million, death by 1,000 paper cuts kind of a thing. And talk to me a little bit about this. I don't know that you see this coming, right? I don't know that you see this coming. You might think that everything's great, everything's cool, and then bam, all of a sudden. So 8 of Swords. Some of you feel like you have no choice, okay? 8 of Swords, 7 of Wands, the 6 of Cups, the Strength card, and the 2 of Wands. So I do feel like for some of you, there's going to be this moment in time where you might have been resisting an ending, but I do feel like there's another person or another opportunity. Like, maybe you've been biting your tongue around your boss for a long time. And finally you say your opinion and they're like, you're fired. What? Right? But this has been one of those things. Like, did you say it in a way that was going to get you fired? Because that can happen too. But there might be just someone who just is like, oh, wow, I didn't know that's who you were. Have you been lying to me all this time about who you are? Okay. I feel like there is some new opportunity coming in after this happens around Lionsgate. So this is really just a weekly reading. So this is sort of like, hey, it's better to kind of flow with things, but be authentic. Say what you want to say. Now, if that ends something, so be it, because there is something new coming in. There's a new opportunity coming that wants to come in. If you've been holding things together with spit and chewing gum for a while and you say something and that ends a relationship, that should tell you, especially if you're being authentic to yourself, that you have not been authentic with this relationship. And now you are. And so that, all right. So let's keep going. I'm going to pull a card for each zodiac sign. I'm not going to do this for every single weekly reading, but I feel like there might be some additional information with that. I just do that intuitively. So let's look at any kind of blocks, what you don't see coming. I think that's a big part of this. And we'll look at other zodiac signs and because it's your birthday. All right. Link is below if you want to continue on with me. I'll see you over there. All right, I hope you enjoyed that video. If it was helpful to you, please consider liking this video and sharing it with anybody who might have a need for similar kind of information. And if you like this video, check out these videos.